Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you the only Cypher setup you'll ever need on the B side of Split. I'll show you the setup, then talk about your positioning in sight, and ways you can mix it up to catch the enemy off guard. I've been making videos for all sites in the game, so if you want to learn effective setups for more sites, please subscribe to keep up to date, or check out the playlists in the end cards. This video was made after the recent changes to the barriers in the buy phase in patch 0.5. These changes did affect my setup for this site, as I always used to place a tripwire in mid to catch anyone pushing, but now you can't do this before the round starts. Due to the change in barriers, I now like to play the first few rounds differently. I'll let the rest of my team hopefully hold mid and then play in the B site. I'll place a tripwire on the container here, as it makes it much harder to push into sight. Normally I don't put tripwires this close to the ground, but if the opponent jumps over this one, you will be in a position to kill them before their accuracy recovers. This tripwire works so well as the opponent has to expose themselves to destroy it, and most of the time it will be missed. Once the prep phase is over, I put my camera on the back wall here. I'll use this spot until it's destroyed, and then play with the camera further back in sight. I'll also use a Cypher cage in the corridor to slow aggressive enemy pushes, or to block the line of sight if I need to rotate through sight. When you use the camera, it makes a noise which the enemies can hear, so try to do it when the enemies are making noise or distracted. I'll play behind the wall here, either using my camera to pre-fire enemies or shooting anyone caught in the tripwire. This setup also allows you to play in the back of sight, as you can shoot through this box if you know enemy positions, or you can play by this wall. If you lose the first round, playing right up against the doorway here with a shorty can get you a free kill and an easy gun upgrade. If the camera is found in B main, I'll either use it on this wall of sight, although it's very obvious and gets destroyed a lot, or on this wall if I plan on playing in heaven, so I can have info of anyone who's pushed into sight. As I like to set up in B main after the prep phase is over, it's sometimes too late to place a tripwire by mid. After I played a few rounds and the enemies have shown how they attack, I may use some utility in mid if they're pushing it a lot. But before I do this, I'll wait in sight just to check if there's a rush from B main, and then I'll rotate up to heaven. I'll then place a tripwire here, as it catches anyone coming up the stairs, but it also can't be jumped over if they're on the platform. If the team needs to rotate between sites, I'll use a Cypher cage in the gap here. You used to be able to place this before the round starts, but you can't anymore. Otherwise, I'll use the cage at the entrance to B heaven. This allows you to hold B site from heaven, shooting anyone pushing in from B main, and then you also have your back covered by your tripwire, or you can use your cage if they're pushing. If the team are holding the middle lane well, you can just focus on B main. By placing a tripwire here in the middle of the corridor, you can sometimes catch enemies, as if they get caught by it, they're stuck and they can't just duck behind the wall. This works especially well if you have an operator to wallbang them through the box at the back of sight. Sometimes at the start of the round, it can be good to play aggressively into B main, especially if you've been very passive in the earlier rounds, as you may well catch the enemy off guard, and it will slow down their pushes in later rounds. If you do this, I like to make sure I've placed both tripwires down in the prep phase, so if I do die, I'll still be helping the team, but don't bother with your cages until you retreat back into sight, as they'll just be a waste of money. As the map is so big, late enemy rotates between sites aren't that common, but if they do this, make sure you use your camera so you know whether to push up to heaven or through the alley into sight. If you aren't watching the tripwire on B main, don't just assume no one's in sight if it's still there, as it's quite easy to jump over, especially if they're trying to sneak into sight. And that's how I hold B site on Split with Cypher. Please like the video if you enjoyed it or learned something, and subscribe for more Cypher and Valorant content. If you want to learn more about Cypher, please check out this playlist, which has guides on how to get the most out of a man attack, as well as my defensive guides in a playlist too. Thanks for watching!